As the 7 young maidens and the 7 young men walk their doom, the hearts of both Crete and Athens bleed for them, red as the shed blood for a beast that Minos will not let die, but instead sacrifice innocent lives, all for the vengeance of his son's death. But as a story cannot pass without the rise of a heart made of something stronger than glass, but courage, but strength, but glory, the Hercules of Athens, son of a king, knows a hero's life is of less worth than the justice of its sacrifice. Theseus so boldly and brilliantly bombards the tradition of the 9th year and volunteers as tribute. May the odds be ever in his favor as he has sailed across the sea to a place that holds a half man, half beast, trapped in the mind of Dalydius' labyrinth. As the gods of so many times played around, controlled the minds of mere mortals, Venus, god of love, manipulates and stipulates Ariadne, the fair and the vulnerable daughter of Minos, to become a slave of the heart of a hero in an attempt to keep him alive. The spell of a sleepless night with visions of empty parts of her soul filled with caress, devotion, emotion of Theseus, Ariadne becomes a warrior, a venomous snake that she stealthily weaves her way through the poise as a princess, through the guards with iron bars that hold the man whom she has become a serf to. And upon her arrival, all she can dream of is the survival of the one who holds her heart and soul, which are drenched in the poison of Venus. A string to lead Theseus back to her and to the world where moral rules and away from the bloodthirsty Minotaur. A sword, with the blade that has led a raid of death into the hearts of many and will soon be the catalyst to the fall of the beast. These were her gifts, her innermost passionate contents spilling out in a desperate attempt to keep the reason the blood in her veins continues to move and holds her from collapsing in a pile of heartbreak and tragedy. Alive. 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 All that runs through the hero's mind. These gifts are his life. No. Are his victory, brought to him by a small, easily broken woman. How contradictory that she holds the tools to his glory when she can barely hold the end of a sword she almost drops due to the drunken zeal she cannot stop. With what he does as all heroes do, he pays his due to the porcelain doll who stands before him, with the promise of her hand, to cherish her the way she dreamed, and with that her face beamed. Could it be that the love that has so violently taken over her has become her destiny, her determined future with the one man who held it in his hands this whole time? With spoken promise, Theseus enters the dark labyrinth, leaving the thread behind him, surrounded by helpless young lives, whose only service is to restore the pride of a long-lost prince. The walls filled with smells of stale blood and the distant calls of a creature whose eyes are as black as the deepest trenches, and whose throat is lined with the sting of Satan's fire, a maze of hell, home to the devil himself with the body of a bull and the head of a man. Theseus waits, not with the dread of his end as his helpless companions do, but with the smell of glory, with the courage bubbling in his blood. The roar of the Minotaur prevails through the screams, and the hero draws his sword, aiming for the joints that hold the bold monster, and brings him to the cold floor. And with the might of 1,000 men, fueled by the flight and the absence of fear, Theseus tore the heart of the beast, leaving the echo of the end of the terrible tradition. In silence he leaves, followed by the lives he saves, and escapes with them back to their beds in Athens. But wait, he leaves behind more than just an eerily empty maze. He leaves behind a woman in a daze made of part betrayal and most parts heartache. Ariadne is left alone, a woman's curse. One could write verse after verse on how it hurts when a man whose life he owes her leaves her lifeless. Theseus, a great warrior, a great hero, a true monster, destroying the purest part of a myth, an innocent heart.